We know that the hustle and bustle of this Kenya can sometimes get too much. The hustle can just get too tough. So what else would you like at this time than to have a good hot cup of tea or cocoa to relax with your girlfriends or your guys and dish out on all the things that have been happening through yesterday and today. Yesterday we had an amazing show. If you didn't join us, that's okay, because we are here today. Also, it's National Relaxation Day. So what we want from you, as much as the tea is hot, we want you to relax, unwind, and enjoy. If this is your first time, this is Let's Talk. My name is Lydia KM. That's Lydia KM on all social media handles.
My name is Dana Grazia. That's Hustle Goddess. That's it.
My name is Naomi Wamboy, WAMBOE on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
I love that today is National Relaxation Day.
Yes.
And it's so great that you guys are here. We're all speaking like the low ASMR voices. Yeah. We're so happy that you're to join us tonight because today is going to be some absolutely amazing tea. It's time for Hot Talk.
But the quiz of the hour is, would you ever create a fake account to catch your partner or spouse cheating? The hashtag is Ebru Let's Talk and the SMS is 40920. Would you ever?
No.
No?
And you know, people say what you go looking for is what you find. But why that actually makes sense is because before you look, you already know.
Yes.
It's not because that, you know, you invent things, but because when that feeling comes to you to look, you already know. So that's why you find
Where there's smoke, there's fire. You know, if you already know that there's fire going on, why trouble yourself into making a fake account and just be like, yo, I know something's happening. It's just gonna, and it's just like, we're gonna have to have this conversation anyways. Why am I going through the trouble?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it, would you?
No, I probably wouldn't.
But do you know anybody?
I would have gone through his phone already, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's true. I'll go through the
know.
information that's already there, but I'm not doing this whole setting up the trap.
That's extra.
And honestly, like, you know, when you're getting cheated on, that could be the worst feeling in the history of the world. And what you want is to find evidence that it's not it. You will invent everything in your head, hoping that it's not. But if you're feeling that feeling already, even if it's not, like, the quality of the trust already is probably what you need to address before anything else. And I think those
what you said specifically is when you go looking for something, you will find it.
But not because you are looking, because you know already. You know, before you suspect, before you go looking, you already have enough suspicions that you probably shouldn't be with that person in the first place, right?
Very true. Very true.
Anyway, guys, as Naomi said, the hashtag is Ebru Let's Talk and the SMS sign is 40920. Now, speaking of unacceptable opinions, Andrew Kibe is not one to shy away from any controversy or to say anything, whether you like it or not. And his recent rant has actually been about why men are leaving women. And according to him, the reason why men are leaving women is because we don't do simple things like make the bed or wash dishes. Now, he was speaking from a scenario where he said that the girl, you leave the bed after me and you leave it unmade. So that was his first problem. Number two, he's like, if there are dishes in the sink, whether or not you've been here for 5 minutes or no, the dishes are not going to do themselves and the bed is not going to do themselves. And the reason why men are leaving you, ladies, is because you are not doing some of these, you know, little things. Of course, I have a few problems with this, but I'm going to first say the reasons why I am here for some etiquette is like common sense. I actually don't think you should ever get out of a bed, especially if it's not yours. If you are the last one to get out of a bed, I think it's your responsibility to do a bed. I think that's just common sense, like end of. As far as dishes, if I come in and we eat together, I may do those dishes, but I'm not going to find dishes in the sink and do them because I'm female. Yeah, there are some lines I've got to draw with his opinion.
We don't walk around and get excited to make beds and wash dishes.
Thank you.
But like, whatever, bro. Andrew Kibe to me looks like a wet dog. I don't really care about his opinion. Like, honestly though, like to be, and you know the funny thing is after I read this story, I tried to even like Google this man's age. You can't find it anywhere because he works so hard to stay like youthful and relevant to young men. When in reality, he's just like, his back hurts too much to make his bed maybe. You know, he's old, like it doesn't matter anymore. Like, and his opinions show it because at the end of the day, they're just archaic. He's not saying anything new. He's not saying anything that we don't expect a man his age to say. Like, we expect women to be in the kitchen and make the bed, even if you've only been in my house for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, like the fact that he made the distinction of like, as long as you are As long as you identify a female, you need to wash these dishes. So do you think he's bringing women in from the streets and be, oh, you stepped over the threshold, you gotta do these dishes, girl? Like, it's wild to me that he's even bothering with this conversation.
No, and especially the whole 5 minutes comment, that didn't sit well with me. Like, I mean, if we have like a one night thing, and I see your dishes in your sink, bro, I'm not washing your dishes. I'm not cleaning your floors. I'm not doing any of that. But me personally, like when I wake up in the morning, I do make my bed every day because I feel like that's just, and especially if I get out of a bed, I have to make it. That's how I feel personally because once my bed is made, my day is set, I'm ready to go. But come on, if it was 5 minutes,
unless
it's like
keep it.
And if I'm in your house for 5 minutes, I probably wasn't coming here for a relationship. Let's be honest. Here's the thing: once you make something an obligation, it's an issue. And I've had this in the past in some of my relationships where I'm that person. I like being warm to the person who I'm with. I would do those extra things that you want me to do. But the minute they become a situation where you should do this, you must do this, what you're doing is now using your sense of pride or your ego to make me feel small, make me feel like this is now my job. But no, it's not my job, especially when it's like I get out of bed, maybe I go to make breakfast. You get out of bed and you leave it like that. Like, where are we going to find it? And also another thing which I'm trying to do is I don't take advice. I don't take critique from anybody who I won't take advice from. Now, Andrew Kibe is not someone who will take advice from as far as relationships because what is there to admire? He is however old he is and he's still out here having people in his house for 5 minutes. And that is completely up to him. But my point is, I like to draw the line of what offends me based on whether or not I value who you are in the bit which you're talking about. Maybe as far as a career in media, I could talk to him. But as far as relationships, you're not it. So if I don't want to have your life in this area you're giving advice on, I don't want to take critique.
And then it like goes on to like talk about like women who like will do these wifely duties, but they're not being wifed up. Or even like, are they in a relationship? Are you not? Like, should I clean your room? Should I do the dishes? Do I do this? But we're not even in a relationship or any of that. You didn't put a ring on it. Like, it's crazy.
Okay, but also, like, unless those 5 minutes that we spent together were the best of my absolute life, and that bed is so well disheveled, why am I doing your dishes? Why am I doing anyone's dishes that's not in my house? First of all, if I'm a guest in your house and you expect me to clean for you, how am I a guest at that point? I'm just gonna leave. I don't have to do your chores for you. He's just lazy, man. And honestly, he just doesn't know what he's talking about. And it's so funny. I was in line at the chemist today, just getting like cosmetics, whatever, minding my own business. And this guy, this older gentleman, is talking to these younger gentlemen. And he's saying like, because the young guys are buying protein or whatever, and of course, because they're men, they get on the topic of women, right? And this guy the older guy actually is trying to say, oh, you just have to find a woman who's good to you with a good personality. And the young guys who probably listen to Andrew Kibe were like, oh no, I thought women just look for good cars. And it's like, a woman is right here in front of you, and you guys are being so incredibly loud about it. Like, I'm gonna go off and like go to the little meeting of women and be like, these guys are jerks. Because when you speak like that aloud, who wants to invite you to the party? Who wants to be around you?
It's ridiculous. And I know a lot of times when you get into a relationship and what you believe how a relationship should be like, or what you define as a good woman, somebody brings their own ideologies, maybe from their mom or from whoever, and they put these standards of what a woman is, and it's actually just so that they can have power over you, so that they can say that they make you do something. They can say that they're the ones who are in control of you, When you find somebody who does not have the same definition of you as what it feels good to you to be a woman, to them, that's a no-go. It's not time for you to start modifying yourself, because if they don't even like you the way you are, and they're not mature enough to be like, this is not what I want. Actually, what I want to do is control her and try and change her. That's not the person to be with anyway. And I am so over this constant, men are this, women are this, men should do this, women should do this. No. How about you find somebody, and if you guys align as far as how you want to be treated, you make it work. If you don't, find somebody else.
Absolutely. You know what? Who knows? Maybe Andrew Kibe is just out of his mind because he's neck deep in lawsuits. But we'll never know. What is your opinion on this? Get on the hashtag Ebru Let's Talk in the text tone 40920. You guys, apparently it's not relaxation today. I'm just going to be a shady lady.
Today,
you know that's just how I've decided to relax. How do you relax? Get on the hashtag Ebru Let's Talk and that text tone 40920. How some people decided to take out their stress is actually a fun story that happened in Mexico, a very small town, I believe, called Qritiqal. I have not said it correctly, I'm very sure, but I did do my research on it. The residents of this small town in Mexico actually took their mayor and a different politician and dressed them up in dresses and publicly shamed them over a 4-day period because the mayor in the photo promised through his campaign that he was going to get them a cleaner water supply, and he did not fulfill on this promise. And so now he has been paraded around town, and he actually also had to go up to cars begging for donations so he could fulfill on his campaign promise. And so now these are his residents giving him a little money here and there. Who knows how much he made, or who knows how much it is going, because his excuse was only that the funding was then like relocated to different things, you know, different sort of constituencies, what have you. So obviously the people fed up with his excuses, decided to publicly shame him. Some women in the town were upset because they were like, why'd you have to dress him up like a woman? You couldn't have done him like a chicken or something, you know? But at the end of the day, these men are clearly like visibly embarrassed, and hopefully they will learn before they speak on promises they know that they cannot fulfill.
Mexico to the world.
I know, right? I mean, I think that's kind of like, it's kind of dope in a way.
It
like
is.
you will never, like you see all these politicians in Kenya, you will never, even if they don't uphold to what their campaign was and do what they said they would do, you could never shame them like them. And they're reelected all the time. Like, I think holding him to a certain standard and him actually following through with dressing like a woman, I think that's kind of respect to these people. Like, it shows respect to these people, and that, okay, I'm sorry, it's like a public apology, I didn't do what I said I was going to do, and so now I'm being shamed.
It's not voluntary, so I don't know if there's kudos to him.
I mean,
it's like,
he could have said no and not put on the dress.
And got his booty beat.
Come on.
You know what? This is all about holding people accountable. And unfortunately, as Naomi said, we don't do enough of that with our politicians. What we do is we elect them on their word, they go against it, we re-elect them, and then we scream for change, and then we do the same thing over and over again. And I'm not speaking for everyone. I am speaking to the people who, like, you know, we are not changing why we are electing people and the reasons that we're making sure that people go into office, and yet we are complaining that things are not changing. So, but there are plenty of people who are actually doing it. There are people who are, especially in Kenya, who are not, you know, voting within tribal lines and things like that. Some people do want change, but unfortunately, there's so many people, staunch people who I know, if they are of Kikuyu tribe, they would never dream of voting for somebody outside their tribe. And as far as they're concerned, that is how it should be. So of course, a Kikuyu trash bag is better as far as they're concerned than somebody from a different tribe who does a good job.
I mean, it's and that's kind of a sad way of looking at it. I think maybe part of the reason that like South American countries are able to do this, because this is not the first time this has ever happened. There was actually a different story of a different politician who literally got kidnapped by the town, and they tied him to a pole and they demanded ransom from the government, which I think is absolutely amazing, because really the thing is it's like you got to hold your politicians accountable, and when you're this frustrated, because the thing is, even if you look at this context, like Kenyans are incredibly frustrated, but we have no idea how to hold this, how to do this, how to protest in such a way where we feel like it's meaningful. So unfortunately we got tired of it. Now I can't necessarily say that I condone, even though I kind of do, what they did here in this idea that they publicly shamed them, you hold them accountable, you know, no matter what happens, something is going to be done to appease the masses. You know, but I think here oh no, maybe we have like too much dictatorial process versus like South America that everyone's just gonna be like, nah man, they're gonna come for us. But I like what they did. I think what they did is commendable. And also, if you really think about it, this is nonviolent. It's not like they beat these men. They didn't go about it in such a way they're threatening their families. They were just like, listen, something is gonna be done today. So I actually like it.
It's true. If it works, it works.
I know. I mean, it does. And like in Kenya, honestly, these politicians have guards. They have money. Like this would never fly in Kenya. Honestly, it would never fly.
There's
But
guns.
tell us what you guys think. The hashtag is Ebru Let's Talk, and the SMS is 40920. And the quiz of the hour still is: would you create a fake account in order to catch your partner or spouse cheating? Yes, that's what we want to know. But on a different note, over the weekend, there was a wedding ceremony gone wrong. Oof. A wedding ceremony gone wrong. So you know, at weddings, like we have people cater, they have food, the after party, there's food, you know, nyama choma, vegetables, chapati, all of this, all of that. But at this specific wedding ceremony, there were 40 guests who came down with cholera. If you don't know what cholera is, it's when food or water is contaminated by fecal matter. And it's a very bad disease that is going around Kenya, actually. It has been going around for years, many years, and we're trying to combat it and stuff. But there was like 450 guests. It's a certain catering company in Nairobi who catered to this wedding. And it was sad, and it left one person dead. It left one person dead, and that's so sad to me. But the groom and the bride, they were happily on their way to their honeymoon. They were not sick. One of their family members, an 89-year-old, he had gotten sick. Many were admitted to various hospitals around Nairobi, but 40 guests came down with cholera. Like, how would you feel? Like, what would you do? Like, if that happened at your wedding?
I'll be devastated. And they paid like 184,000 Kenyan shillings for this. So this is something which, you know, they've invested heavily on. Number one, there's no one, whether or not it's a catering company or not, no one wanted this to happen. So even the catering company being held accountable is not really a matter of you bad people, it's more of negligence. Now, there's been a cholera outbreak in Kenya in 2019, the beginning. And one of the things which I picked up on is that this hasn't been as loudly said. So for example, if somebody has got cholera and they are interfering with somebody else's food, you as the owner not knowing that there's a outbreak, then you're not managing things, especially knowing that you're serving people food with the highest level of intensity. Do you get my point? So that's the one thing which I realized. So basically, this is a snippet. We have written to the food suppliers, it's the bride and groom, we have written to the food suppliers and to demand answers. Matthew said yesterday, most of the guests who complained have sought medical attention and a good number have been admitted in hospital after testing positive for cholera, said Steve Kirohi in a letter to Hot Dishes, which is a company. We are copying the county public health department as per the prevailing guidelines on the management of cholera. It's bad, it's sad, someone did die, and sometimes when we are dealing in business, whether if you let something small slide, it could lead to someone's life. So this, I feel like it's poor management or it's negligence at the very least from the caterers, because you should have done better. I
mean, absolutely. But also, I mean, think of the numbers here, guys. They spent 180,000 to cater a wedding. You said was how many people? 450. So that's an incredibly massive event. You could assume that this place said that they would be able to handle this event, meaning that this place has done this before. What is it about this event or the days leading up to it that changed your handling that had cholera even be this issue? Because the thing is, I mean, you could assume that this catering company has been around at least since the beginning of the year.
They're pretty big.
Yeah, they have to be huge to be able to handle this number of people. So what is it about your standards that have dropped that allowed this to happen? And also, can you imagine paying 180,000 just to get cholera? You know, it's absolutely crazy.
I hope they got refunded.
Yeah, it had to.
You know, I don't even think, as I said, I don't think it's that their standard dropped. Is that, let's say for example, you know, we dress a particular way when it's warm. when it gets cold, we got to adjust to the temperature. So now if there's a cholera outbreak, you can't do things the normal way when you're handling food. There needs to be like more levels of scrutiny and cleanliness and, you know, observing who's going where near food. Even if it's maybe like, you know, you usually allow some people to come to your workplace or maybe some kids to come to your workplace, like maybe, you know, someone's children who works at the company. Can't do that. Because there's an outbreak. If it's a matter of, you know, how you wash your hands, how you handle your food, it has to be way more extreme when you know that the environment which we're in, which is here,
especially
there's a cholera outbreak.
Especially because, like, think about what cholera is. It's the same thing as pink eye. It's spread for like fecal matter, guys. It's spread from humans. It's not like mosquitoes and you get a net and that kind of thing. It's all about how you as a person handle your cleanliness when you're, especially when you're touching food. Like, unfortunately, cholera is one of those things that is very much preventable. It's just people have to take the time to have like the self-care to do it.
And that means like wearing gloves and not cross-contaminating food. Like when you're dealing with meat, you wear those gloves, you take them off. When you're dealing with salad, that needs to be washed and cleaned very properly. Like, and that's where mainly like cholera usually derives
By
from.
the way, it's on vegetables.
It's salad.
As we said, if they've gone this far, they know everything that you've said. But as we said, when there is some kind of outbreak or something, we need to be more careful. And we, who we're here, need to be more careful. There is a cholera outbreak, and it's been in Nairobi, Nakuru, and Kajiado. That's where the cases have been reported, and 5 people have died from this. I'm not sure if it's including this person. So basically, just be careful, be more observant than normal, especially where you're eating and where your food is being handled. Let's take care of ourselves and our loved one, and our heart goes to the bride and groom, who, by the way, came out unscathed and were able to go to their honeymoon. But to the family of anyone who has been affected by this issue, the hashtag Zibu Let's Talk and the SMS line is 40920. Remember, the question of the day is, would you create a fake account to catch a cheating partner? We on this table have said no. Because as we said, like, you know, if we are there already, like, you know, things are already like pretty bad. But anyway, that is because unfortunately, there's a lady who in Ghana who got the surprise of her life. So she suspected that her boyfriend at the time, or her current boyfriend, if you forgave, it's fine. Who knows? has been cheating. Now, her natural instinct, or what she felt like she wanted to do, was to create a fake account as a woman, as another woman, and, you know, try and see if her guy's gonna catch. So this is what she said. I created a fake account and started chatting my boyfriend. He told me his girlfriend just died 2 months ago. So that's what he's saying. He's not even saying, you know, not right now, or my girlfriend died. That's why he's putting his energy out there. Now, if he's saying that you died 2 months ago, it's over.
I mean, even when I read this, I was like, oh, okay.
It's actually horrifying.
Darn it. Like, he literally just killed you off. Or maybe he's like, yo, my girlfriend died 2 months ago. Like, maybe the relationship was done 2 months ago. Like, maybe it was over, and that's how he feels in his mind. But, you know, guys,
he forgot to tell her.
The whole way, he killed her off.
And you know what's sad? I mean, like, look at these photos. First of all, she's a nurse, I believe. She's very gorgeous. Yeah, she's very gorgeous. She's clearly well-read. Maybe a little crazy, making a fake account. But you could work past that. I just don't understand why this man would kill her. Like, this is and clearly, like, first of all, you know, men always say, like, oh, you know, women are crazy. It's things like this that make women crazy. Like, it's this crazy paranoia that has us be so much in our heads to the point where we feel like we have to do fake accounts and show up places and things like that. So I feel like for him to just decide, like, oh, I'm just going to kill her, and, like, that seems like within the realm of normalcy for him. Like, you couldn't just be like, you couldn't have even just said, like,
we broke up.
Or, like, oh, even it's not working. Even, he could have still said he's in the relationship, but, like, you know what, I'm not actually happy in the relationship. But, like, you know, you speak things into fruition, right? This girl should get, might need to get some sage.
Let me tell you this, I feel like, because now, even when you talk to a guy and you're like, are you single? If he says yes, you're already not even sure. So I feel like now we've got to start killing people so that girls can believe it, because there's such bad trust between men and women that you have to say something so extreme for the one to believe that you are actually single. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's where we are now. We are at death, guys.
No, we're dead. I can understand, like, maybe in a way, like, okay, I was married, my wife died from cancer. Maybe, like, I would understand that.
Though.
Like, it's extreme, but if it was true. No, if it was true.
Well, yeah.
If it was true. You know, like, those kind of things. But now we have to, like, actually validate things. Like, so your girlfriend died 2 months ago. So now.
Can I have pictures?
I need the obituary. I need the obituary. Like, you can't just say, because death is a hard thing to prove if you really think about it, you know? When people try and fake their deaths, it's hard, okay? People, we've talked about it on this table before, someone attempting to fake cancer. Didn't work out for her so well. So I feel like this whole idea of just like throwing it out there casually, the follow-up is like, okay, so when I go to your profile now, am I going to see pictures of her and you're talking about her in the past tense?
No, see, he's gonna say like it's too hard.
It's too
and then he's gonna tell
fresh.
he's gonna tell his girlfriend, you know, from like now I just want to keep things private off social media.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know,
Stay woke.
Drama.
Stay woke. Now I said that I actually wouldn't be the person who's going to create a fake account, but I am actually one of the most party let's go kind of friends. If you come to me and that's what you want to do, I will be your detective. I will wear a scarf and sunglasses and follow him. I will be that friend for you. And I will tell you, this is stupid. If you feel like he's cheating, you should go. But I would totally participate. So will I participate with my friend doing that? 100%. Will I do it myself? No. Because that's actually not how I'm wired.
Yeah, no, I get it too. I'm also that friend. And that's partially because I want to know the tea, and also because I care about you. You know, I think at the end of the day, we all care about our friends, and we want them to be in a relationship that they're happy and proud of, right? But you guys, remember to get on the hashtag Ebru Let's Talk and the text tone 40920. When we come back, we have a very amazing and inspiring guest for you. So we'll see you in a moment.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. And as we said, today is National Relaxation Day, but we're gonna have to take that pause because we've got an incredible guest for you guys. He's Mombasa born, and he has got this beautiful dancehall reggae kind of vibe, and he's also Afrima nominated. Yes, you heard that right. So let's just welcome to the show with amazing energy. It's Qritiqal. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much for being here as well.
I feel the love and energy.
You do?
Yes, I do, definitely.
I feel like your energy matches energy. You know, so if you came here, he was on time. If the vibe is good, we absolutely welcome you. Now, as I said, you know, Afrima nominated. That's no joke. For any artist, Naomi, the artist here, she can vouch for that. Tell us a little bit about how he even got to that. And he has a very inspirational story. So I'm listening for those who are who want a bit of a motivation.
First it happened when I was signed in the Chocolate City. But currently, right now, I'm actually under my own label, that's EB International, and Casente Productions, that's the audio part of the label. But it was a really humbling experience because it was on my first song that I got the 4 nominations, continental nominations, 1 dancehall, most promising, best male East African, and the new act.
That is awesome. So before you got to where you are and where you've been, there were years before. Can you kindly share with us, how was your years coming up? There were challenging years.
A lot of you.
So what was your childhood growing up into music?
First, we lost our parents pretty much the same time. Me and my siblings. When I say me and my siblings, I mean my late sister and my young bro. Who's actually in the building.
Shout out to Frank.
Shout out to Frank, you understand? So after losing, I had to basically, because I was the first male born, so we had to, you know, go out of our way, get ourselves to school. You know, relatives were really, you know, not supportive, but we still love them till today because that's the growth process. It's really amazing because right now it's very easy for us to motivate other people. And I started hanging out with musicians, local musicians who really mentored me. But in the process, it wasn't really easy.
Yeah.
Because you see, you would find yourself you're finding yourself being a chicken shit cleaner. At the other moment, you're finding yourself you're a housemaid. The next minute, you're finding yourself you're basically looking after a dog to get an opportunity to just be in a recording environment. Not to record, just to watch. That's the difference. But the whole process of it taught me patience. It taught me some really amazing values that they really proved to be the foundation that made me have that discipline to be where I am today. Because in 6 months down the line, after being patient, I was actually managing that artist and I was managing the studio company that time, and I actually ended up being his distribution manager. And I was only it was 16 to 17 years.
Yes. What about like this industry, the music industry, that's so therapeutic for you? Because very clearly you dove into it at a young age.
Yes.
What about music called you?
My musical, what it has done to me?
Yeah, what it's done to you and why, like dancehall, for example?
First and foremost is because, one, I used to listen to a lot of reggae music, but also R&B, a lot of R&B. I'm an R&B fanatic.
Read that even in your bio.
Yeah.
Very mixed.
Yeah, and a lot of soul. Then, one, because of that influence, it made me start curving my sound. Now, the music growing up, I used to ask myself, I would listen to a record and ask myself, this artist recorded this music like a lot of years, and it's been able to still remain fresh.
It's true.
Yeah. So looking on those fundamentals, I told myself, this is how I want to be remembered.
Right.
Okay.
So I didn't want to come into an industry and do something because it's trendy.
Yes.
I just thought of a vision that is beyond myself.
Timeless music.
Yes, timeless music.
Yeah.
So that even the next generation can learn and basically have some sense of direction.
Yeah.
And that's what some partly in other brands that are out here musically lack.
Yeah.
And some of the things that I also went and learned more when I was at Afrima.
Yeah.
Because at Afrima, I got the privilege to perform on the same stage with Oliver Mtukuzi, the late legend. I got to meet Salif Keita, who's a legend. I got to perform same stage with Two-Face. I actually performed also on the same stage because Wizkid got on stage as well. He performed like only, not for long. Tiwa Savage, Shay, all the names. And one of the things that I learned in their vision is not about now, is how do I make now be better for the future.
Yeah. Like
So,
lasting.
Yeah.
I have a burning question. Okay,
Sure.
why music? Because, I mean, we're not so far from age. And back then, like,
Yeah.
Kenyan music was not, like, there was the Genge period when we were on top.
Yeah.
And then, but you said you were the one who was providing for your family growing up. But music wasn't bringing in as much money as it should have been bringing in at the age that you were.
Yeah.
So why music?
One, first and foremost, that's my passion, that's my drive, that's my everything. And it extends also to my brother as well because he's also like that. My sister was she was studying in KU, and why music is because that's how we got to silence the noise out. And in the process of giving, people would see the level of commitment and dedication. So in fact, most of the cases, you would work for something very little, but someone would go out of their way to support you. You understand? And of which that is the grace that I don't take for granted. And I actually extend my gratitude to everyone who has ever supported me because they did not only support me, but they supported the whole family.
Right.
You understand? Through supporting one person, they supported the whole family. And it built up in such a way by the time now, after learning how to manage, the same person who I was managing told me, you know what, before you start recording, I feel that you have an understanding of music. I became a DJ. That's how I started my journey. Now on my own now, he told me, I want to bless you, so start learning to become a DJ. I became a selector. Then in 2010, in fact 2010, I'm Egyptian. In the process of me being a selector as a DJ, and then we partner up with a station in Mombasa. Then in meeting Egyptian, I was a DJ, and I tell him, you know, I also sing. You know, so he say, okay, sing for me. Then I sing. It's like, wow, why have you not recorded? I'm like, you know, right now I'm a selector. This 1, 2, 3 tells me, you know what, you should go for this and go wholeheartedly. So that created my journey now to the next level, whereby it was able to now at least, you know, have some sense whereby the financial muscle would be able to break even to our needs at that particular moment, and also be able to, you know, shape and direct my sibling. Then in the process, I lose my sister as well.
Sorry.
Now that I'm really grateful to God, because that really helped me be able to see things in a broader perspective. And by handling, you know, everything, it wasn't easy though. Coming back from the funeral now is when I actually decided, you know what, I have to do this, and I have to tell the story, you know. So came back, did my first single, that was Weak Inside, that is later 2010. Also was able to get some support. After getting the support, the song becomes big. I meet Chris Martin, I meet Cecile, I meet some people from Jamaica, I meet some people, very, very great exposure here in Nairobi, thinking, you know, like, I'm from Mombasa, but this guy is doing English. Because in Mombasa, guys were telling me it's not possible, you have to sing bongo. I was like, you know, that's the norm. That's what everybody's trying to do. You know, it doesn't mean that if I try this, it won't work. You understand?
True. And that's the attitude I feel like makes legends. Because most legends are gonna tell you, I was told no, this is a trend, and I said to go this way. Before we continue on, how about you give us a little snippet of what, you know,
Just a little
on the
bit.
spot? Give us a little snippet. You know, some people at home maybe have never heard your music. Let's hear what it's all about. Just a little song.
Toto easy, kama ABC, amazing beauty, I see you. Word on the street, kama MTV, girl, street killer you, better know. Mama Africa MVP, yo, an exclusive, yes indeed. Girl, you're a blessing from G.O.D. You see our vutia magnetic field. You take a man down, be like combat girl. Wajiyamini, and you know that girl. Royal cat, not a hood rat girl. Sexy mama, I better know that. Shake your body, kiddo, go. Sip like kiddo, show. To Lisa Bowley, slow-mo. You better know. Hey, baby girl, say, oh, my Malikia, girl from Africa, I'm a baby, Obama. Sweetness, Kazidisha, my Malikia, kiuno kimepindama. Malikia, yeah, yeah. Mr. Ringishi, gaga.
I love how you didn't even say yes and begin. You just started.
You have got an incredible voice.
If you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready.
When someone comes on the table, that's when you're like, you know, and they just sing a cappella on the spot. That's what divides people, I'm telling you. Now, you, as you said, you didn't want to follow the trend. And it's 2019, and if it's not trending, it doesn't matter, according to a lot of people. How have you been able to maintain like this vision of being authentic and just going with what you feel like versus I need the hype for the success?
I basically do this for my family and for my children. I really want to leave a legacy that they will look back and say, you know what, he did something and gave us direction, and it should be able to translate to the society and the continent as well. And I feel that I was born for a purpose that's global. I don't like caging myself to a very small, limited box,
Yeah.
you know. And coming from all the experiences, everything that ever happened to me, I used to see it as an opportunity to do what has never been done before, and that's who I am.
Yeah.
And most people would think that I don't like to listen. It's not that I don't listen. It's I understand what you're saying. I just want you to see my story. I think I have something special that it's only me who can be able to share. And once I share, I'm ready to be a team anywhere. But in the process, kindly just give me time to just show you the side of my story, and that's aside the music.
It's true.
You know, because I will tell you, even my own relatives rule me out.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful, because there's one thing I really have to say is I was raised by a mother that was an iron mother. Yeah, she told me there's nothing like impossible that exists in this world.
Yeah.
It's true.
Absolutely.
She told me there's a time we were listening to UB40. She was a really big fan of UB40 and Lucky Dube. So she played Lucky Dube. Then she said, "You see UB40. UB40 is an amazing artist." And she asked me, "What's the difference between Lucky Dube and UB40?" And I told her, "They're all doing amazing music." And she said, "This UB40 is telling a story as UB40, and Lucky Dube is telling a story as Lucky Dube. So all of them can exist in one world."
Right?
Yeah.
So
That's
this,
true.
you have a reggae dancehall artist vibe.
Yeah.
How was the response from Kenyans, like when you first started out? From Kenyans.
Yeah,
when you
from
first
Kenya.
started out.
One, I think it was it really came as a shocker, because I remember on my first interviews I used to be asked, "Are you really Kenyan?"
Because we don't
Even
have
your
many.
accent.
We don't have many.
Yeah,
of,
Because
like,
your voice comes like timid. I don't want to say timid, because when you start singing, it's incredible energy. But it's like you're so calm.
Your accent doesn't.
Your accent doesn't come out because you're so
Yeah,
calm.
sorry, Naomi, you were saying?
No, because we don't have many like dancehall reggae artists in
Yeah.
Kenya.
Yeah.
So yeah, how was that response?
How did that come to be?
One, it was really, you know, like I said, it was a shocker to them, because some people were like, "Is he really what he is?"
Yeah.
What? And I remember
Yeah.
going to a show, and guys were like, "You know what? Let him do whatever he just did live." And I'm really grateful again for the foundation, because that was the most amazing time, because we had all these stars. It was in Zumari Awards, which I won. All the stars in Kenya, the big names from Nairobi, Mombasa, and that was my first time basically in front of, you know, very major people that had done great things in Kenya. And they were really surprised, because Qritiqal went straight.
Yeah.
I did my first song. "Girl, you make me weak inside. Can you please be my wife? Let's make it right." And after that, I was really surprised, because I was not only consumed from my hometown, Mombasa. I was consumed in Nairobi, Nakuru. I got fans in Eldoret, in Kisumu. I got so many fans. Some I remember, even students, very very mature people.
Yeah.
I remember I even got an opportunity to speak on an NGO
Nice.
Wow.
and be able to tell my musical journey to
Wow.
them. Yeah.
That's what's up. Like, yo, this has been a dope interview. Like, you are so amazing. It's critical, y'all. Get on the hashtag Ebru Let's Talk. The SMS is 40920. We'll be right back after this with Game Time with Critical.
Yeah, you're so chill.
The game is called
Yeah.
Which Song is the Password? So basically, there are 2 groups, me, Lydia, Qritiqal, and Dana. So each of you
We
take
each get a
one,
musician,
close it,
Lydia.
Yeah.
leave it closed, give one to Dana. Okay, there. Okay, what you're gonna do, you're gonna stand up. You're no looking. You're gonna stand up. You're given a song, which is on the card, and you either get to draw out. You either get to draw out what the song is.
Yeah.
If or you can act it out for your partner,
not
and
gonna
your
act it
partner
out.
has to guess. I know, I'm gonna act it out
Okay.
too, and your partner has to guess.
And no
So,
talking.
no talking.
Just go.
Dana, stand up. Qritiqal. Dana, go ahead.
Yeah. So Dana's got to act it out to her.
Dana
to
got to
Qritiqal.
act it out or
Okay.
draw it out.
Okay.
Or no, so
So-
you can say what Dana
You
does
can
that.
sit. Man.
And then you got to guess. Are we allowed to guess?
No, he has to guess.
I have to guess.
Yes.
Some of these are inappropriate.
No,
Okay.
I'm allowed to see it.
Can I see it?
So,
What?
There's no point.
It's 2 words.
You're acting out a song. Mm-hmm. How many words?
She said 2 words.
Oh, I know.
That Qritiqal gets. We're a team. Okay, go ahead, Dana.
If I guess, can we get a point?
Can we?
I know what it is.
dang it. Okay. I think that's enough time. What do you
Come on,
think?
Qritiqal, what do you think
What do you
it is?
think? What do you think it is? I'm trying to figure it out.
Can I say?
Okay, try and say it.
Go ahead.
It's a Superman.
Dang it!
Is it Superman?
Yes!
Guys.
Because I was trying to do it.
Superman that. Oh.
Yes! Okay, so you guys have to get
But that looks like a hanger. But anyway.
Okay.
shady lady.
Oh, say anything that comes to mind, Qritiqal.
Hello.
Yes, thank you. God.
Ati, hello.
There you go.
This one, Lydia's gonna get it.
Okay,
I am?
go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Lambes.
Yes! I'm like, okay, so.
No, it's his turn now.
Oh, okay, great.
Time.
Whew, man.
I don't
I hope
know
you're a
how to
better
act it
artist slash actor than I am.
We'll do two.
Yeah, I don't know how to act this out.
So,
Act, or draw, whichever
Act
you
or
desire.
draw.
okay.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, you're gonna draw it. He's an artist though, so go ahead.
Oh, he's taking some time with it too. He's making a good one. Okay, what is it? Record.
Okay.
It's a radio.
Car. A radio. Wow, thanks. It's a radio. So, radio.
Got it.
Okay, that's
There you have
the song.
it. There you have it.
Radio, Tanasha
It's just
Jonah.
radio.
Okay, next.
Okay. The next one.
Yeah. One. You're just gonna do one more.
One
One more.
Yeah.
Pick the easiest one, please.
Okay.
You have very good handwriting, I bet, too. Is it a papaya? Is it a fruit or no?
No.
Oh, is it not a fruit?
Can't write out a word. Close that.
He's saying what the name is.
Oh.
I don't think I can say that.
Oh, come on, Dana. Come on. It's.
I'm not allowed to say it.
Look at it.
Dana. These things come.
It's-
Oh, she's not African. This is not how she draw. She draw it.
Okay, we see that's the thing, you guys. It burns you. It burns fire. So fire. It's fire. Fire. It's a flame. Fire. Oh God, I even know it.
In this country, what would you say?
Yeah. What was you?
In this country,
Yes.
what would you say?
What is he?
Come on, guess.
Go ahead, Lydia.
Motto.
I was like, because maybe my mind just goes to the gutter. That's not what I saw.
Okay, go ahead, Lydia.
My mind. Thank you for being a
There's
good
no time
sport.
for
I'm
you to do
usually
it, Naomi,
bad.
so let me see yours and see which ones I can do.
Really?
Yeah, there's no time for you to do it.
She needs to do the easy one.
Come on. Come on. All right. Okay, let me do mine.
Oh my God.
Okay. Don't. Go. Just go. Okay, look.
Push.
Push back. Yes.
Go, girl. Yeah.
And then your favorite people. I don't know how to do this one.
Figure.
Yes.
At least I got one.
There you go.
I got at least one.
I wish we had more time because I feel I really wanted to be dramatic. I had Otile Brown, Kenyan Girl, and I was just going to stand there like...
I was not going to
Really?
get it. I was not going to get it.
I hope you participated at home. We had such an amazing time. Do you want to just quickly, and I mean really quickly, just give a message to your fans, what you'd like them to know most about you?
Yeah.
Basically, more music coming your way.
Yes.
Go on my social media at Qritiqals, at Qritiqals on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook page.
Yes.
And also subscribe on my YouTube channel, Qritiqal Music Kenya.
Yes.
Big up yourself.
He was able to bring together hype because he's so talented. He's got the amazing voice, but also this mellow national relaxation vibe he has going on. You're so talented and you have a really good vision. So hopefully we'll see more people who are more about authenticity than hype. But anyway, tomorrow is our weekend star, so you make sure you are here at 6 p.m. on your favorite channel, Ebru TV. My name is Lydia KM. That's Lydia KM on all social media handles.
My name is Dana DeGrazia. It's Hustle Goddess. That's it.
And my name is Naomi Wamboy, WAMBOE on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Have a good night.